Hey, fellow nomads. Hey, everyone. I hope you're having an awesome time wherever you are in the world. I'm Carlo, and I'm a Filipino journalist and entrepreneur based here in Madrid, Spain. I'm originally from the Philippines, and I moved here over 6 years ago. And I've created, together with my friends and colleagues, this series of documentaries called The Nomads. What is The Nomads? Basically, we've created this series to celebrate diversity, to document life abroad, and to put a spotlight on minority groups. Of course, starting with my fellow immigrants in Europe, just by talking to them, knowing more about their lives, their experiences, it gave me so much inspiration and motivation, and hence it inspired us to create the Nomads documentaries. And apart from that, it's really giving an opportunity for minority groups to have a space in society, to have their own space let's start with the bigger minority groups, from women to, I would say, other racial groups, to Asian communities like Filipinos living in Madrid. Not a lot of people know about it. And one of my goals is to really put the Filipino community in the map, or the cultural map of Spanish, or I would say Madrileño society. So that's one of my interests, and the reasons why we've created the Nomads documentaries. What else? You have different minority groups here who deserve to be heard, and who have stories that need to be told. Like, you have the Latin American communities. There's so many different Latin American groups here in Madrid and all over Spain and all over Europe, to be more specific. And I noticed that you don't see them a lot I would say, in pop culture. Specifically here in Spain, you don't see them a lot. So I really feel that we need more content about minority groups like Filipinos, Chinese people living here in Madrid. You have different nationalities from Latin America. You have Venezuelans, Colombians, Ecuadorians, you have Puerto Ricans. There's a lot. And whenever people think of Latin America, they just think of one group. But actually, in reality, when you say Latin American and Asians, these groups or supergroups are composed of subcultures, of different cultures, of different communities. So I really would love to talk about these different cultures. And that's why we've created the Nomads documentaries. I also feel that Madrid as a city is the perfect, I would say, subject when it comes to diversity. You have a lot of activities here, a lot of, I would say, movements for women, for the LGBTQIA plus society, for the elderly groups, who are very active and who are basically shouting out their points of view, what they have to say, and who want to put their communities in the map. I just can't wait to talk about and feature all these different aspects of society. And then, of course, we are, going to go out of Madrid. We are going to talk to different people, about their experiences, specifically starting with life abroad and moving on to life as a minority in society. We're moving from Madrid to other cities in Europe, in Spain and in Europe. And of course, we'll be flying to the Philippines to share more stories from the Philippines, from Asia, from Latin America, from Africa. Because yes, these stories need to be told. Because if you look at mainstream media, if you look at the major, I would say, websites and networks all over the world, specifically international media, the center, I would say they center on Western culture, right? And if you look at the scenario, there's not a lot of room for minority groups. So yeah, I hope you stay with me in this ride. You join me in this ride, and I hope you'll enjoy some of the stories from us, the stories of the nomads who deserve a spotlight in the world media and global media, who deserve a spotlight in society. And as I've mentioned earlier, Madrid is really the perfect starting point for us. Number one, because I live here and I've seen so many great stories from minority groups, from minorities that deserve to be told. And it's perfect that we're starting in Madrid because it's such a city with, I would say, yeah, I mean, cliche as it may sound, with a lot of opportunities to speak your mind, to express, for you to express yourself. And it's a city that has a lot of warmth. I'm sure a lot of people know of Spain as a very, I would say Spain as a country with a very warm culture, but it even gets warmer in Madrid. That's one of the things I love about the city, and one of the reasons why I moved here 6 years ago and never left, basically, from studying to working and now running my small business here in Spain. I just felt at home, and I just felt really comfortable, and I saw myself growing in the city, and obviously sharing what I've learned with colleagues, with friends, with family back in the Philippines. And this channel is all about building a community of nomads. Nomads like you and me, who love the adventure, who love to move from one place to another. Yes, who love to travel, but also who love to, I would say, understand different cultures, understand diversity, and celebrate diversity and inclusivity. So yeah, I encourage you to comment on this video, of course. Follow this page, follow our channel, The Nomads, subscribe, and comment down in the comments box. Tell us your thoughts, your insights about living abroad, your I would say motivation, your inspiration when it comes to moving abroad, living abroad, when it comes to traveling as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, those who have not experienced yet or who are planning to, I would say, live abroad, specifically who have questions about life in Madrid, who have questions about, I would say, life as a foreigner in Spain, please don't hesitate to comment down below if you have any questions, any comments. but just not violent reactions, okay? Please go easy on me. Yeah, of course, I'm keeping this channel in English so that more people can watch it and can understand the topics of diversity, the topics of immigration, of culture that we'll be talking about here. But of course, from time to time, don't hesitate to comment in Spanish, to comment in Filipino or Tagalog, because I also speak those languages. I will in the future also share some videos in Filipino and Spanish, but with English subtitles. So don't worry if you don't understand Spanish or if you don't understand Filipino or Tagalog. In the future, I'll be, if I do share content in other languages like Filipino, I'll be putting subtitles as well. So yeah, any questions about life abroad, specifically life abroad as a foreigner, of course, as a Filipino, or even if you're not Asian, you're not Filipino, any question you want to ask, and as well as any message you'd like to share as a minority, right? If you are a queer person, you are an Asian person living in a foreign land, in a city with a different, or a country with a different culture compared to yours. I'd love to know more about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your stories. So can't wait to read your comments. Can't wait to read your suggestions, and hopefully I can answer together with my colleagues. We are actually a small group. Of course, I'm leading this project, but I also have, you will see them from time to time, I also have some colleagues and friends who will be joining me in this adventure, and most of them are immigrants here in Madrid from different countries, from Asia, from Latin America, and from other countries in Europe. So we'll try our best. I'll try my best to answer all your questions, and if we can't answer the question, we'll let you know as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and see you in our next adventure.